Hi, I'm Dr. Sirisha and I welcome you warmly to my channel. In this video, as part of understanding the factors influencing consumer behavior, you will be knowing about the economic factors and the influence that they exercise on the buying behavior. Okay, so before I start, a request once again to you all, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Okay, well, see, the economic factors are the first set of factors that exercise their influence on the buying behavior. Okay, because at the end of the day, it is money matters that really do play the role, okay, in buying behavior. If we have money, we spend it, okay, and if we do not have money, we don't. It is that simple, okay. The formula is so simple. So we can group economic factors, or we can state economic factors as the first set of factors that are very important in influencing the behavior of a consumer as a buyer. Okay, then there are certain factors that show their influence, like in the economic factors, like we have personal income, family income, expectations regarding future income, the liquid assets and consumer credit, and the level of standard of living. These are the 5 different factors that show their influence, that exercise their influence. Okay, the first factor is personal income, like how much we are earning as an individual consumer. Okay, how much money we are making at the end of the month. Okay, and how much money we are left with to spend. That is the very important factor that influences our behavior as a buyer. Okay, and in this personal income also we have disposable income and discretionary income. Okay, 2 categories, disposable and discretionary. Disposable income means like that income, that money we are left with at our disposal after meeting the basic requirements, like for example the taxes. Okay, when we are making money, it is very important and very first and foremost thing that we do while we make money is to pay the taxes, right? Taxes will be deducted, and then the rest of the money what we are left with will become our disposable income. Okay, and also after meeting the basic amenities of our life. Okay, the basic things like we need to pay taxes, we need to pay interest, we need to pay the loan repayments, okay, or the house rent. Okay, so these are the things which are which occupy the topmost priority in our list. Okay, after that whatever we are left with becomes the discretionary income. This discretionary income we can spend at our wish. Okay, we can either save that money, or we can invest that money, or we can spend that money on luxuries. Okay, so how much disposable income do we have, and how much discretionary income we are left with, that definitely decides the buying behavior. If we have more discretionary income and we decided to spend it on luxuries, or we spend it on say products and services or different kinds of things, then the more discretionary income we have, the more spending capacity we have. Okay, so that becomes the first and foremost factor. And then is family income. Okay, see, suppose you are not the only person in your family who is earning. Your spouse, or maybe there are 2 or 3 members of your family who is earning. Okay, so all that family income put together becomes your income. Okay, so the more the income you have, your family has, okay, so the more spending capacity you have, and vice versa. Okay, if you have less income, your spending capacity will be limited. If you have more income, your spending capacity will be more, right? Obviously, when you are affluent enough, or when you have more income at your disposal, and when you wish to spend more on items like different products or different things, then you will be attracted naturally to spending more, and you will be as a buyer you will be making positive decisions towards purchases. Okay, and the next is expectations regarding future income. Okay, if you have a very positive expectation, or if you are so sure that you will be getting more income in future, be it an increment or be it from some other sources. Okay, if you are very confident that in future your income is going to rise, then obviously as a consumer you will be more prone, or you will be more in favor of spending on things. Okay, so as a consumer you will be making more purchase decisions, favorable purchase decisions. That means you will be spending more on brands, more on different services and products. Okay, so your expectation or your positive expectation on the rise in future income will positively influence your buying decisions. And of course, vice versa, if you are not sure, like right now we are having this pandemic, COVID-19. So we are not so sure of the future, like whether our income will be increasing or not. So naturally, we are so limiting our purchases. We are not very affluently spending the income because we are not sure of the future rise in income. Okay, so that influences the buying behavior, right? And the next one is the liquid assets and the consumer credit. How much credit is available to us as consumers? Okay, if we have to make 100% payment at once, maybe we have second thoughts. But if they give us the facility that you can make part payments or installment payments, okay, then maybe we are more inclined towards making that purchasing decision. Okay, so that is the reason why many marketers, they are right now offering like credit facilities, zero interest credit facilities and things like that. Okay, they are doing that just to influence our buying decisions in their favor. Okay, because we may find it, as consumers, we may find it difficult to make a one-time payment. Okay, especially when it is an expensive product. Okay, so that is the reason behind this strategies of extending credit facilities to consumers. Okay, and of course the last point is the level of standard of living that we intend to maintain. Okay, if we are maintaining a certain standard of living, and we definitely would like to maintain that, we don't want to lower that standard of living. Okay, so in order to maintain that standard of living, we have to make certain purchase decisions, right? So that standard of living, if you have set for yourself a higher standard of living, naturally you will be making more purchase decisions. Okay, but if you are maintaining a lower or a minimal standard of living, then maybe you don't have to spend so much on the purchases. So you as a buyer will become more conservative. Okay, so these are the different economic factors which show their influence as buyers, like on the buying decisions. Okay, that's it for today, for this video, and please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.